Hey, what's up, guys? A real homeless guy here, Phoenix, with Less Than a Home. Just figured I would take a moment, chat with you guys. I have to go to the store and pick up a few things. So I'm sorry about the movement. So take a Dramamine and sway with me all the way to the store. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little rundown on my backstory. It's one of the questions that I have asked to me a lot, and it'll be good to link them to this video from my TikTok. So hi, if you're coming from TikTok, welcome. Please sub to my channel. Or if you're here from YouTube, go check out my TikTok. It's Less Than a Home. I produce a lot more content there. I don't know, it's just easy. Just easy to do, you know. But anyways, so long story short, my girlfriend and I, well, we'll go even further back if you'd like. I used to work in like rehab centers. I got my LADAC, KDAC, went to school for it. It was like a year-long program. And I worked with like addicts and mental health. It was a dual diagnostic facility. So, you know, troubled kids, stuff like that, from bad homes, stuff like, yeah. But it was a lot for me. Like, I'm a very sensitive person. And when you'd have like a lot of hope that these kids would make it, and then they'd go out and they OD and they'd pass, it took a lot out of me. Like, it took a very big emotional toll on my mental health. So I ended up not being a right fit for that career path. At that same time, I was looking for a way to quit smoking, and I discovered vaping. And I was working like 3 different jobs, doing my practicum and internship for my LADAC and KDAC. And so as I was doing those, it was a good like tax year. But anyway, so I was looking for a way out to quit smoking. It was a good tax year. I'd worked 3 jobs. I was getting a good refund. So I took my tax refund and I invested into a small business that was making like e-cigarette liquids and reselling products from China. Like, I would get a bunch of products and I'd resell them and stuff like that. And it took off. It became really successful. I left my field. I put all my eggs in that basket. I know that was one of my biggest mistakes. But, you know, it was the first time I'd ever been successful in anything in my life. It took off. I was making really good money. My girlfriend stopped. She was a massage therapist, but it like hurt. It like gave her arthritis or something. So it was a mom and pop business, you know. It did well. I'm gonna try to like speed this up, sorry. But long story short, so if you know anything about vaping, it was pretty like a lawless industry. And when the government did step in to regulate, they came in hard and heavy. And you know, like, I have this saying, where there's money for the making, the government comes for the taking. And so they came in, and the FDA wanted, it was something like 30 or 35 grand per SKU, which SKU is a product number. And any variation in a product gets its own number. So if it's a different flavor, that's a whole set of numbers. If it's a different nic strength, that's a different number. If it's a different size bottle, that's a different number. So it adds up fast, you know, especially when you're talking 30 grand, you know. If you're talking about 3 different size bottles, you're talking about 9 different flavors, you're talking about 3 different strengths. You do all the math, it's a ridiculous amount of money. So put just Zach, if you could put just a small thing on that bottom sign so it can't be seen. But anyways, so yeah, it put us out of business. There was a deadline. We couldn't maintain the business anymore. Got regular jobs. We had some money saved up. But then I had got an injury. I broke my hand. I don't know if you can see it. There's a scar right there on my hand. I'd have rods put in my hand, and those got infected. Medical bills out the ass. I didn't have health insurance at the time, and yeah, it got infected. I was in the hospital for 2 months. They thought I had something called osteomyelitis. They thought the infection traveled down the pins and into my bone. So it was like a lot of stuff. And I was out of work for all that time. Obviously, I was in the hospital 2 months. Out of work, medical bills piling up. You know, my girlfriend's a waitress. That's all she was doing at the time. So when I left the hospital, we were homeless. You know, and then that was it. Like, we tried staying in hotels, but we couldn't do it. You know, we weren't bringing in that much money. So yeah, we walked out to the woods that first day when we knew that we couldn't even afford another night anywhere, even at like an Airbnb. We walked out in the woods. We literally laid down our jacket, made a kind of like a little over thing with like sticks and stuff, and that was it. That was our first day of homelessness last year. But yeah, next day I got up, immediately got a job, fast food place. From there I got a better job. We got our paycheck. I got my first paycheck. I went and I bought a 4-person tent. From there, sorry dude, the bugs. Sorry guys. From there, yeah, it's just been slowly upgrading our equipment. You know, I really wish that I did start recording from day one. I think it would have been a lot more helpful, but I didn't really find my confidence in my situation until about 6 months in. You know, and I saw there was a creator, Onision, some may know of him, but it was like him faking being homeless, faking being in a tent. And then there was another creator who was kind of misusing homelessness for like good person points. And you know, that's why, like, I had one of these questions where in my interview, but I thought it was like, I don't know, I thought it distracted from my message. But one of my questions is like, do you think there's any creators that misuse homelessness as a topic for like the wrong reasons? And I mean, for me, it was like some of those things that prompted me to start a channel to inform people on what it's really like. And I'm so sorry. There's this one little bug that's just been following me right in front of my face this whole time. But it's like one of those little pond flies or something. But anyways, so yeah, I scrapped the question because it was kind of I don't know. I thought it was irrelevant to the individual's story, so I did get that question out of there. But for me, it was one of the things that kind of prompted me to start speaking up about it. Because it was just like you had this creator who was kind of like making a mockery of it in a way, you know. And here I am, really living in a tent in the middle of the woods in the middle of winter. You know, you can see your breath, and he's claiming the same thing in a similar type of area. But yeah, I mean, that's neither here nor there, but that's kind of what prompted me to start. I also, you know, I interviewed Shannon. She was like a really big inspiration for me to start, because I saw that she started social media while homeless, and that was a really big inspiration to me. But yeah, so I mean, things have been getting a lot easier. It's a slow climb, you know, but we've been able to work on our credit. We've been able to upgrade our equipment, get a better tent. You know, I think we've gone through 3 tents at this point. But yeah, you know, we've been able to like make a home out of what we have. So, I mean, that's good. But as far as family support, we'll get into the whole family topic soon. It's how can I put this? It's problematic. I mean, like my partner has like a lot of there's a lot of abuse, sexual abuse. There's a lot of stuff from her family side that she's going to talk about when she's ready. It's not really my place to tell her story, so she's said I could kind of touch on it, but I'm going to leave it to her to speak on. She if you ask her about her parents, she just says she doesn't have them. She doesn't want anything to do with her family anymore. And then as far as mine, I mean, my dad was never there while I was growing up. He drugs, gang stuff, things like that, some neglect. And my mom had her own problems. Just we don't have like family to fall back on like that. And a lot of people always ask that, like, oh, why don't you go stay with family? It's like, it's not an option, but I mean, it's not bad. Like, we have each other, and we at least have that going for us. And yeah, we're gonna plug on. So I mean, I guess that's like a quick overview. I guess that's how we found ourselves in the situation. It was just like one thing after another, and here we are. And yeah, we don't do drugs, we don't panhandle, we work our jobs. I'm a line cook, she's a waitress. I always say that, like, if you're finding yourself in a position where you're gonna be homeless, try to get a job in the food industry. You'll at least be able to eat. You'll have that necessity taken care of immediately. So yeah, I hope this gave some insights. I'm gonna do a Q&A. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to drop them. I'm gonna be trying to collect questions that I get in my comment section and do a Q&A. And yeah, please check out Zach, as always, my editor. Sweet kid, love him to death. His whole crew is awesome. Please check them out. And yeah, I will be seeing you all soon. Thank you all so much for the support. Check me out anywhere, Twitter. My Instagram's like barren, but you can go follow me there for when I start using it, I guess. But it's at lessthanahome everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. All right, thank you guys so much.